Good day, everyone. My name is Divij, and I'm the founder and a life coach at The Core Coach. And joining me today is Makran from India.
Hi, Divij. Hello, everyone. My name is Makran. I'm an executive coach and I run a business called Equipoise, which is focused on helping people move forward in their life. Only the willing people who are wanting to do that.
And so today we'll be tackling the topic of life after you go through a redundancy and how you can bounce back with some clarity. The reason we wanted to talk about this subject with you all today was we realized that work and your professional life is a pretty big part of your identity and your sense of self. It's if you I mean think about it, when you meet somebody, what's the first thing you say to them after you say your name? You tell them where you work and what you do. In fact, Harvard Business School did a survey which found that 94% of service professionals actually spend more than 50 hours a week at work. um, so when this is taken away from you, which is not in your control, there are a variety of reactions that you tend to go through. It could be disbelief, shock, anger, loss of confidence, and of course, the famous question, why me?
Absolutely, absolutely. And you're right. So much amount of time we spent on office, either going to office, traveling to office, or being in office, working with colleagues, and that's something that we miss a lot. And
Mm,
no one likes to be in this position. Let's face it. It's not very pleasant at all. You would want all of us want to make lives very secure, but I think the only thing you can do is you can make it a little shock proof. You
mhm.
can't have security in that sense of it. The only thing certain is uncertainty in life, and especially in current times, you don't know what's going to hit you next. So you can make it a little shock proof. That's all, and look at a different view in terms of why is this happening to me, and rather than in a way of saying why is this happening for me? Can I get something out of this situation? So that's another way of looking at the same unpleasant place that you're in.
Yes, absolutely. And it tends to, people think that this doesn't, so it depends on how people go through a redundancy. There are people who bounce back from it very quickly and end up finding something new within a month. There are some which it stretches out for a couple of months, and this tends to take a mental and emotional toll on you, which we don't
Mhm.
realize and unfortunately do not address.
Yeah,
And this
yeah.
can come from any, it's a unique experience, because at the end of the day, I may go through it very differently from you or from other people, and that's what makes it unique in how can we deal with it together.
Yeah, and more, aside from the emotion part, it also is a physical pain. It hits you like a punch in the gut,
Mm.
and you feel as if the whole world has crashed. It pains you internally more than emotion. It also hurts you, angers you, disgusts you, and there are people who will go into think, why am I getting this? We start questioning our own credibility, and that's a place that nobody should be going into. You have to believe in your own abilities and stay objective about what you have done so far. So it's a difficult place, but it's not impossible to bounce back.
Yes, absolutely. And if you look at it even from, if you look at it from the angle of grief, it is
Mhm.
something, and it is allowed as well. This is something that people try to suppress, but you're allowed to feel grief when you lose your job, because you go and you if you suppress it, you end up having these emotions that start to bubble up, right? You look at the Kubler-Ross stages of grief, where you talk about denial, anger, bargaining, depression. These things come in different waves and in any order, and can affect you for as much time as is required. Completely depends on two people, but these things do exist because you are grieving a part of your life that is not there anymore.
Yep, yep. And the Divish, uh, the first thing that you could do in such situation is accept that it has happened.
Hmm.
There is no, and you spoke about denial in Kubler-Ross. I think a lot of people stay in that stage for a long, long time, that they don't believe that this has happened to them, and they said something will change. It's like a bad dream, but it's
Hmm.
happened. So first thing you do is accept, and then to move forward, what you could do is apply the principle of dichotomy of control, popularized by Epictetus from the Stoicism philosophy, which says that look at what's in your control, act on that. Whatever is not in your control, just let it be. And what is in your control is taking stock of where you stand, where you have come from, your experiences, your expertise, and then take an inventory of how do you stack up, and what is your next move possible? So that's completely in your control. Again, I'll say it's not easy, but it's not impossible either. You can move forward. You have to be objective.
Yeah, I absolutely agree, Makran. And that's the same thing, right? It's when you look back onto your previous job, uh, it's about so in 2019 they came about there was a article done which is or a book that came out, actually an expansion of this Kubler-Ross theory, which is that they said that they missed a step, and this step is something that mostly people look for in relationships, but it applies here as well, which is finding closure, finding
Yep.
meaning. And
Yep.
you have to realize that the reason it affected you so much is
Mhm.
because that job meant something to you. Maybe it would have never affected you that much if you didn't care about the job, if you didn't care about the coworkers and your colleagues and so on. It wouldn't have impacted you in that way. You have to find
Sure.
meaning through the happy memories that you shared there, and it could be something separate from work. It could be times you were bonding with colleagues, or going out, or going for lunches. And it could be simple small memories that made you happy and grateful to be in that job, and you have
Sure.
to cherish them, and that's when you can finally take a step to move forward.
Absolutely, I agree with you. It's all about looking at the silver lining here. It's gloomy, it's dark. I'm in Mumbai, it's raining here, so it's definitely dark in that sense also. But there will be sunlight. There will be sunlight. So just stay put, stay focused, and you can bounce back. And I think this is just the first step: acceptance and being objective about it. There will be ways of finding the next role, next job, next opportunity. But this is just the first step, and this has to be rock solid.
Yeah, absolutely. And what you said was very true as well, which is that it comes down to remembering who you are, where you come from, and the skills you possess.
Absolutely.
And that's something that will always be something that you have and you can
Yeah.
take forward and build on.
Yeah, nobody can take it away from you. It's there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Great. Thank you so much, Makran, for taking the time to have this chat with me. And for everyone else, if you'd like to expand on your own experiences or talk to us about this further, feel free to reach out, and we look forward to speaking with you.
Yeah, thank you, Divij.
Thank you.